to me.
This is Speedwalking in Tracksuits with Jeremy, and we are joined by Bryan Mays, one of the brains behind Plumeria Boutique. We're standing right in front of the future Plumeria Boutique in Old Lakeview, and we're going to do a walk at Old Lakeview. What's up, Bryan?
Not much. Just enjoying a beautiful Sunday here with the sun shining.
I know, after that monsoon we had and all the weird weather the last couple of days, I'm excited that it's back to sun. We can walk outside.
Absolutely.
Pardon the wind and the sound, folks, but we're not yet advanced. We're waiting for sponsors to help us get more advanced, though. So if you'd like to sponsor at Penetrator Events on Venmo, nobody has sponsored yet, and we don't think that with the 7 viewers anybody's going to, but you don't get what you don't ask for.
Yes, some sound canceling, wireless mics, earbuds, all that good stuff.
I have one. I just have to learn how to use the lavalier clip and the little furry mic.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
I like it.
So Old Lakeview, I kind of grew up in this area, just a little bit south of here on near Weeks Avenue. But this was my skateboarding stomping ground. What about you? What do you know about this area? You grew up on the north side, right?
Yeah, as a kid on the north side, but the first house I ever purchased was just at the top of the territorial over here, so technically Battle Creek, not Lakeview, but stone's throw from the divide, so very familiar with the neighborhood.
That's right. The first house I ever purchased was a block away from the first house you ever purchased on Terrace Avenue, just down the road.
Absolutely.
Didn't we figure out that we probably lived there at the same time? Were you there around 98 to 2000?
It was 2001, I think, when I bought it. So
Okay.
It's right on the corner of Bryan and Territorial, so just a block off of Terrace.
Yep, I moved out in 2002. I moved out to go to France to teach. So, this neighborhood has changed in those 20 years for sure.
Absolutely.
So you guys decided to move your business here, or move part of your business here.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty exciting for this area and for your business.
I hope so.
Why'd you choose this part of town?
We really chose the building. The building just happened to be on this part of town. So,
All right, that's a good
it's a
answer.
good location. Traffic count's good. The building has enough space for us. We're busting at the seams to do what we do in our little building in Urbandale. So now that we have 6 times the space there, I think we'll make it work.
Awesome. Do you guys know if you're going to stick around in Urbandale as well?
That is the plan.
Awesome.
As long as the market will bear, we're going to stay there.
Cool. That's pretty sweet.
Absolutely.
So we're walking by Devon Title. This used to be a bank. I'm trying to think of what used to be up here. There was this like vitamin/health food store just up around the corner. I think maybe I don't know if I want to go all the way to Capitol. That seems messy and busy. So maybe we'll cross here and then we'll go around and we'll go down past Benjamin Franklin. We're going to jaywalk, folks. We like to jaywalk on jaywalking in tracksuits.
Jogging in tracksuits?
Jogging. Not running. Although I'm not going to lie, and Aaron would like to hear this again, after walking for like 15 days in a row, I think, maybe more, it does get easier.
Good. That's good.
I feel a little bit more limber every time. My shins burn a little bit less every time. I mean, I'm not winning any awards on speed, but it feels nice, and the endorphins get going. Let's walk around this building for a minute.
I like it.
I just, so what I'm really doing is going skateboarding in about 1987 with you right now. I used to go down this path by not Henry James, that's an author, the Henry Funeral Home, because this was great skateboarding, and they never could catch us grinding on their curbs.
No.
I feel like, in case you don't know what grinding on the curbs means, it's not a
sexual
innuendo. Yep, it's not a reference to R. Kelly. It's there's curbs, and then you grind on them with your skateboard trucks. Yes. Were you a skater?
For a brief period in time, yes.
Were you good?
Above average, I would say.
I was a skater for far too long for as mediocre as I was.
Yeah.
I never mastered the kick flip. This is the second episode where I'm talking. I guess I've got something. I got a bone to pick with a kick flip, and maybe I need to work on it.
So
But
I think season 2 of this should be skateboarding with Jeremy.
Oh shit! Fuck. What about just like Jeremy doing a 1K?
Yeah.
Training for a 1K. I love. Speaking of tracksuits, though, I love this Adidas getup. This is
It's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it is pretty smooth. What color is that, Brian?
I would say baby feces.
Yeah, I was going with diaper. Diaper interior.
Yes.
Soup.
With diaper exterior shoes.
Oh, nice. But oh shit. Everybody's got to check out those clamshell kicks. I feel like he's been watching the videos and heard about my lack of my feet matching my tracksuit.
Oh, really?
Because I'm wearing Sensible Brooks.
I like it.
And I have some Adidas leather blacks in my inbox.
Yeah.
Or my shopping cart.
Yep.
Just kind of sitting there taunting me. I feel like I need them, but my tracksuit budget far outweighs the money that I've earned with these tracksuits. So
Yes.
we had to put a damper on the tracksuit spending. But
Absolutely.
But they look so nice.
Well, these have been sitting in my closet for over a decade, so...
When you DJ'd, did you used to wear those?
That's exactly what was going on.
Is it really?
No.
Damn it. It's like, shit, I'm so smart.
I think they were purchased for a Halloween costume once upon a time. White shoes aren't really my thing.
I'm not wrong that you did DJ once upon a time, didn't you?
I did not.
Didn't you? God damn it, Jim.
I assisted in setting up some sound and doing some stuff with some people that did.
Okay. I probably just retained that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go around this mud puddle here.
More reason white shoes and I don't get along.
Yeah.
Mud puddles.
I'm not a big fan of the white shoe either. You know what? We're going to walk back down here. Normally, this time of day, I would stop at the Dolphin.
Yeah, I was going to say. They probably don't know what to do.
Oh, those dogs are barking next door. Not my feet. Actual real dogs barking at this house. Hope they don't keep following us and make their owners mad. But, yes. So, you grew up here in Battle Creek.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school?
Penfield.
Penfield. Go
Yep.
Panthers.
Yep. So, but I spent most of my time in the, I don't know, I guess you would call it the city of Penfield, just off of North Avenue.
Township.
Yeah.
Settle down there. You guys aren't advanced enough yet to be a city.
No, I don't mean the city. I mean near the city, not rural.
Oh, gotcha. The urban areas of Penfield.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a Penfield transplant, so represent.
Yeah, you live in my old neighborhood.
Wait, you grew up in that neighborhood? Oh, wait, Glendale?
Closer to North Avenue, yeah.
Okay.
On Alton.
That's right. I forgot that. I knew that you guys had a rental property or something on Meadow Lawn.
Yeah, for a minute.
Got rid of that at the right time?
Probably. I mean, it's probably worth more today than ever, but all things are.
Right. My retirement account just grew by 12%, so I have about $7 more.
Nice. Where will you spend it all?
I'm thinking oatmeal.
Okay.
So I got to start building my prepper closet now for my retirement. Not for the apocalypse or anything else, just for my retirement.
I like it.
So how's the Plumeria new building coming? Where are you at in construction?
We're making good progress. We're doing internal frame out right now for all the walls and dividing up the space to suit our needs. Hopefully within the next month we'll start roughing for electrical and plumbing, and we're on target for June-ish, hopefully, barring any delays.
Nice. For all the tens of fans listening, what's going to be different about the new space compared to the original HQ?
Well, the main benefit is for us as far as workers and crew. We have such a small space to function and to work in, and so we'll have a ton more room for operations in the back. Instead of having to warehouse in a shipping container, we'll have everything in the basement. We'll have probably 3 times the retail space, so that'll help a little bit from the customer end.
Nice.
And then we'll have a venue space in the south corridor, so we'll be able to do classes.
That's cool.
And such. So yeah, and the biggest thing is endless opportunity. So there'll be space for us to brainstorm and do a lot of cool things in the future.
Well, that's great. Thanks for that update. That sounds like it's going to be a sweet addition and save you guys some time, and also bring an amazing amenity to Old Lakeview.
Yeah, we're hoping to do right by the building, reset its life cycle, and let it live another 100 years, hopefully.
So we're passing by the Old Rock Cafe, first place that I ever bought a concert ticket. I think I bought my Smashing Pumpkins tickets in 1994 there, and probably my Lollapalooza tickets as well in 95. And now I buy them from the comfort of my own pocket. And that's not there anymore. Speed's Coffee Shop used to be right next door. I used to eat there pretty much primarily when I was hungover.
Primarily.
Sometime between noon and 2.
Daily.
on a Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, or Monday.
Yeah.
But never on any other days. Shomer Shabbos. So I find you one of the most interesting people to talk to on a regular basis, just to shoot ideas around.
Yeah.
I find you're a thoughtful intellect that isn't afraid to give me good critique and also share what you're up to all the time. So
I appreciate
we
that.
do this more often than just on the camera. We have dates at Schlotsky's every once in a while.
Yes, we do.
Where Bryan always eats a salad, and I always remember it, and I still get a big old meaty sandwich every time. And I think, well, this is why Bryan looks so slender and svelte, and why you have to do a Speedwalking and Tracksuits documentary series, Jeremy.
But as big as those salads are, there's still probably less calories in your sandwich.
Yeah, they're good salads.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to pass by the old Benjamin Franklin on Capitol and the 5-way light. You remember the 5-way light?
Yes. It confused people beyond belief.
Now, you think roundabouts sound confusing to the people in the Midwest. If you ever grew up, if you're old enough to remember the 5-way light at Meacham and Burnham and Capitol and Bidwell, it was a masterpiece, really, of the lack of intellectual capital that we had in this community in the late 80s.
No geometry was had by any.
Early 90s. No planning went into that.
Nope.
But they got rid of it. And they also got rid of you being able to cross Capitol at Bidwell. We're getting ready to go up there now. We'll cross right at the 5-way light. I think that's a good good spot. So, Old Lakeview, Urbandale. What's so I grew up in both areas. Urbandale was the first my first elementary school. What do you love about Urbandale?
It's
more panties.
Yeah.
We see more panties and tortillas and braids on the streets of Battle Creek.
Oh.
Only in Battle Creek, Bobby.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, Urbandale is a unique little area. It's a very loyal community.
What's your favorite little local spot in Urbandale? We're waiting to cross, so we speed walk in place. It's probably a dangerous curve to cross in, so
that's all right.
We're gonna.
It's only blind
run.
on one side.
I'm not running. Just speed walking for real this time.
Well, I guess Urbandale in itself is kind of a tricky little thing because there's not a lot in Urbandale because you encroach in Level Park if you go too far west, right? Pretty soon.
Yeah.
So
it's a small little neighborhood, really.
It is.
As far as
yeah.
the economic center.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as like places to eat, we frequent the old Great Wall in the plaza there.
That's one of my dad's favorite Chinese spots. I'm a big Ritzy fan. Love their chili dogs.
Absolutely. It's a long-time favorite.
Yeah, I used to skateboard around there, around Urbandale as well. They didn't have as sexy a curb system as Old Lakeview, but love the Urbandale. Have you ever heard Urbandale called anything other than Urbandale?
No.
Like not Skirbandale?
No.
Or Burbandale?
Only from you.
Okay. Well, it hasn't caught on yet. But just wait a couple years, folks.
Yeah.
I didn't make up those names. Far more clever Battle Creekers came up with those names. I just stole them. I feel like this is going to be a really windy one.
It may just be no noise from us. Just pure wind.
I'll just add in subtitles.
We'll have to treat it like an adult film and do the voiceovers.
We started with adult films. Tell me more. This is Penetrator Events.
That's right.
TikTok.
You gotta keep the theme alive.
Yeah, we're also into filmmaking just in general, not podcasts, long form, soft swaps. So when there's a void, you're welcome to fill this with nonsense too. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I don't like. We should call this no uncomfortable silences because I don't allow it.
It's like live radio. You gotta keep the.
You gotta keep them separated.
Yeah, you can do that too.
I don't know.
Keep the voices going.
What was that band? Offspring.
Offspring. Yes.
You gotta keep them separated. So see, when I started this podcast a couple weeks ago, I went to the Lakeview Lounge for their St. Patty's Day corned beef, and I gotta say, that mustard, Norm, that mustard is where it's at. Yes, it is an annual tradition to eat that meal. I did again this year. It was excellent. Do you think when people see us walking in these tracksuits, they think, who are those famous people?
Absolutely.
I was wondering, like, what are they doing in our town? They must be from Chicago, just by how nice they're dressed.
Full tire and fancy.
Yes, and just how the production value alone screams professionals. Screams big city. Speaking of big city, we're getting ready to walk by. Is this called Big City Subs or is it just BC Subs? I feel like it was called Big City Subs at one point, or maybe I just made that up in a dream.
It's possible.
But good subs. Originally the Yellow Submarine.
Yes, same recipes.
Great food, big buns, big fluffy buns, just like Bryan and I like them. We're not going to taint your reputation too much. And some of the best arcade equipment in laundromats in Battle Creek. Now we're going to go do a little Highland loop around because we're at about 18 minutes and my heart rate is just now getting up. How about you? You feeling good? You need an oximeter or anything like that?
No, I'm good. I am good.
Little rattle on those subs, bud. You better change that Sisty out.
Yep. Little Dynamat goes a long ways, man.
There we go. We got some of Bryan's old speaker Bryan out just now. That's how you know he used to be a DJ. He's just fronting. Feel free to make fun of me back. No. There's a lot.
Is this still like a functioning grocery? Has this ever been a functioning grocery?
I don't know.
The sign has been there forever.
Yeah, the La Mexico Lindo.
Yeah.
It means Mexico store. I don't know. I remember when it opened. Because I think maybe it was in the early 2000s. I feel like I was fixing up a house over here.
Okay.
My first rehab investment was down here on Highland. I learned a lot there.
I can imagine. Mainly what not to do. Probably.
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
that's how that works for us.
Continuing. Actually, it's ongoing today. Like right now, what not to do.
Well, that's the only way you learn how to do it.
That's what I thought too. You know, I don't know how to make podcasts, so let's try. I don't even know if this is called a podcast. Some people call video podcast. Some people say that's just
vlog.
Oh yeah, audio, vlog. don't know. I'd like to pretend that I don't listen to other people's opinions, but I'm tainted by it.
Well, I mean, you can be aware
Ooh,
of them.
prickers.
Yeah.
So I love this little neighborhood. I think it's one of the, it's an underrated neighborhood.
I would agree.
Quiet, safe, close
Yes.
to everything. Really centrally located.
All the conveniences are built in here. You have restaurants, shopping, everything.
I think diversity of residents too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's this. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the historic North Side in terms of its diverse makeup,
Absolutely.
socioeconomic, and everything else. We're gonna go all the way up to Serby, but we have to cross because the sidewalk doesn't continue here.
Where the sidewalk ends is right there.
We need more sidewalks. More sidewalks in this neighborhood, like more socialist things, like sidewalks.
Damn it. That's how you can get some extra traffic. Start talking about that stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you have something to say about socialism, don't comment on this podcast because we won't comment back. Because we know what socialism actually means. It's not sidewalks. Kind of is. It depends. If it's bad, it's not sidewalks. But if it's good, it's sidewalks.
That's true.
I didn't know we were going to go into politics.
It's a meandering river.
You know, now that we did, I got to say, despite what any of my 7 viewers think, pretty excited about that indictment. I'm so excited. Did you see that video? There's this mashup video that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm so indicted.
Nice.
It's great.
Nice. Well, I look at it as if there's legitimately wrongdoing that was done and the evidence supports an indictment, then
And we have a justice system that functions properly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for anybody.
Correct.
Current president, last president.
Yep.
Lock them up.
Yeah,
all of them.
Absolutely.
Any of the criminals. Oh, enough politics. This is getting boring. Alrighty, people turned off. I'm turned off. It's also cold outside, so that could
a little shrinkage, but
that could be part of it. Yeah, so now the breath's starting to get a little bit heavier. The shins are starting to get. That's at 22 minutes.
Up there with a little bit of a pulse rate.
Yep. So, what's next on the building renovation for you?
Finishing the subfloor for our cooler today. Working over to the bathrooms. We got to put in, obviously, ADA public bathrooms, so be doing a little bit of work on that today, and maybe some minor electrical rough-in a couple spots.
Do you have to have a drinking fountain?
Yep.
I was wondering. I saw that in another thread about bookstores, and I figured that was pretty standard.
Yeah, well, it's kind of back to that. We kind of treat water as a human right in certain instances. That's one of those instances.
Certainly should.
Where, you got to have water available for the public. So, and it is no doubt an inconvenient expense, but so are fire suppression systems when you need them. And if you have to have them, you have to have them. So.
Yeah, I mean, so's paying taxes. Those are inconvenient expenses that we wouldn't have sidewalks without them.
Yes.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a left here on lovely Serby Avenue. Friendly people let us cross. Love those friendly Battle Creek residents. We're a friendly town, despite what people on Facebook say about us, self-haters that they are. It's never anybody from out of town that doesn't like Battle Creek. It's people who once lived here and left, and they're miserable cretins.
Or still live here and enjoy misery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this lovely
It's
artistic
a nice
front yard. Lots of pots and flowers coming in. I bet that looks beautiful in May, June.
It's a hair and nail care center, according to the sign.
I think one of our friends, was it Dan? I think he lived on this street in a car drove through his living room about 20 years ago.
Ouch.
He was just telling me, I think it was Serby. Was it Serby, Dan? This is how I know if you're watching the podcast. If you're not, we can't be friends anymore. You know who you are. Just kidding. I love you, Dan. I know you don't know how to turn on the TikTok. So we're just cutting through parking lots, just like if I were skateboarding. Hop over that curb. We're going to ollie over this manhole. Why do they call them manholes? I mean, it's really a disgusting moniker.
or we've perverted it as such.
I mean, I just don't know why they don't call them woman holes.
Well, yeah.
There's got to be a reason. I bet you it's in Wikipedia.
It's a person hole. You can call it a
person hole. That's great. I'm going to start doing that. Person hole. That's fun. I called, somebody referred to Mother Earth in one of my videos the other day. And I said I prefer Father Earth.
Father Earth. I mean, what's fair is
just
fair,
to keep
right?
the patriarchy going.
That's right.
Mostly I was looking for some Antifa responses. Seeing if I would get any.
Rally the troops.
So far I know that there's no Antifa watching because nobody got mad at the Father Earth statement.
Nice.
Oh, I get in trouble with that somehow. Which is all right.
Yeah.
If you're not in trouble, are you really doing anything?
Yeah, you're not pushing the limits.
I never, these old lights along Old Lakeview, these kind of side street lights are kind of a cool old little touch. Do they all work? Are they all LED'd up?
They are all LEDs as far as I've seen, and I don't know if they all work. The ones in front of our building work.
That's nice. Are those attached to the individual businesses? No, that's
city feed tied to consumers, I believe.
Does this area have its own Tifa? Or is it part of the DDA?
It's part of the DDA.
Okay. DDA is Downtown Development Authority, and TIFA stands for Tax Increment Finance Authority. I bet you between the two of us we have a dangerous definition of both of those. But
I bet we do.
But basically they take tax dollars off the top of taxes that come into the city for economic development, in essence.
Yep.
In different ways. Why do we have multiple? I probably should walk with somebody who has the answer, but I think it's that there's lots of these districts. They do it all over the country. This isn't special to Battle Creek, and it's a way to develop different areas.
Absolutely.
And they tax those areas more too, so it's really right that they're...
I don't know how the tax structure works as far as if it's affected by a DDA area or a TIFA boundary or anything of that nature.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I really didn't think this conversation was going to go from porn production to politics to
That's why our conversations
government entities
are so
rich,
because it's full spectrum.
They go in all kinds of. It tain't just as serious, and it tain't just as silly.
That's right.
It's somewhere in between.
That's right.
We have the perennium of conversations, Brian.
Yes. Yep.
This is going to be glorious. I can't wait until the edited version comes out. It's just you looking ashamed at me walking with me.
From sack to sphincter.
What am I doing to my already meager reputation?
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, we're almost back at the future Plumeria. I had one more question about that.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a liquor license at the space?
There
where
will
we can
be
have
eventually.
like some wine.
Once we
sipping.
Once we heal from our financial wounds after we get open, then that is one of the first of many things on our post-opening agenda.
Excellent. And hey, just because I forget to do this every time, I am speedwalking in tracksuits for health because the Big Cheese Mac and Cheese Fest is coming up on April 15th. And Penetrator is putting that on along with our friends Kellogg Arena and the Small Business Development Center in Battle Creek. Bryan, thanks for coming along. Are we going to see you at the Big Cheese?
Absolutely, yes.
Awesome.
Thank you for the
invite.
invite.
Do hugs?
Man.
Love you. Thanks for walking with me.
Yeah, thank you.